Good morning, guys. This is Daryl with Lee's Lawn Care and Services. Coming at you at about 6:30 this morning. It's still kind of dark out. The light's starting to come up a little bit, and it's a little cold this morning, a little chilly. Lets me know, hey, we're getting to the end. We're getting to the end, guys. So, gotta think about those plans for the next couple of months. You got November, December. For me, it's November, December, and January. I usually have those 3 months off. That's 12 weeks. I'm either driving Uber or I got some pressure washer jobs lined up, so I'll be doing that. And, right around February, we start putting gardens in and stuff like that, doing fertilizing and all that good stuff. So, but in the meantime, those got 12 weeks to just rest, doing little odd jobs here and there, repairing your equipment, getting your equipment ready for the next season, doing the things you need to do. It seems like you start the seasons off strong, and then you're always kind of limping toward the end. You're like trying to get across that finish line, hobbling like, man, this season, put a battering on me. So that type of thing. But yeah, guys, think about your season-ending things. What you're gonna do, what you need to do. All that good stuff. With the holidays with the family and all that good stuff. I like to eat, so Thanksgiving is definitely one of my favorite times. I know Christmas is definitely one of the kids' favorite times of the year, but Thanksgiving is one of my favorite times because I get to eat and sample all kinds of yummy stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. Yeah, but we're finally making it to the end of the season, guys. It's been a long road. Seasons. This has been like I tell you guys, it's been one of the most profitable seasons for me. It's been a great season. I have no issues, no complaints, man. I just the only thing I need to do is kind of organize my things a little bit better than what they are. I can clean that up, and try to set my days, and I know it's hard because we run across hurricanes and stuff like that down here, but we have those issues, and it's just hard to do stuff when you got stuff like that happens that throw everything out of sync, So I'm gonna try to do a better. My goal is to try and do a better job of that, of organizing my the jobs that I do, making and try to manage them a little bit better, Also try to be more efficient, be on time, be on schedule. Try to stay on schedule as best I could. Somebody's behind me, getting out of the way so that they can go. But yeah, guys, that type of thing, But guys, just I'm just saying this. Just enjoy yourselves. Enjoy what you do. I see guys buying lots of new equipment during this time of the year, and that's fine. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. That's fine. But my thing is, I'm not gonna buy that piece of equipment right now. This is not the time to me, it's just not the time to buy it. The time to buy that equipment is right before the season starts. Like around January or something like that. You get it in January, February, right before that season starts, and then that way you can really test out the equipment, because you got to think that equipment's going to sit up for the next couple of months. The battery might go dead, or you never really get a chance to really use it. So that's just my take on it. I wouldn't buy a new mower, put it either any piece of equipment, it's going to sit up for the next couple of months. I know up north it snows, so unless you're getting a snow plow, that lawn equipment is going to sit up somewhere, and like I said, it just defeats the purpose to me. You know, every area is different, but down here, you know, it doesn't snow down here, but the grass is very, very dormant. You know, and then you'll get those leaf calls, which I get those, but I have the setup for that. But that's typically about it. Then you get around Christmas time, you'll get some calls to clean the yards up so that they can put their Christmas decorations out, you know, and stuff like that. So I get those calls too. And then I also get tipped extra around Christmas too. They tend to look out for me a lot, you know, when they want me to come pick up packages and stuff like that. And, you know, likewise, I take and I go to all my customers' homes, and I put a Christmas card, you know, in the mailbox or by the door or something like that. So I do that for them, you know, thanking them for their service, you know, their business throughout the season, and, you know, look forward to working with them, you know, going forward and that good thing. And then in January, if there's people I need to go up on, I put a letter in their mailbox, you know, addressed to them, and I take and let them know, hey, you know, the prices are going up or whatever. And what I'm going to do more this year too is I am going to give my customers the option to pay for the whole year. It's something I kind of thought about, and it was brought up to me by one of my customers. You know, he's like, man, I could just pay you for the whole season. You know, you can add the weeks up and give me an estimate as to how you want to do this. And so I thought about it. I'm like, damn, you know, that because you think people get income tax money, okay? And when they get their income tax money, you know, if they can pay a bill out for the whole season, sometimes they would do that, depending on, you know, what their thoughts are, you know. So I'm going to consider definitely offering that. See, the sun's coming out, it looks great, huh? I'm going to definitely offer that service to my customers. I'm going to give everybody a letter. I'm going to break that down. Every yard is different, you know, depending on the situation. I'm going to break that down and give them a yearly estimate and see if they want to go with that price and just pay that up front. Because you got to think, and I'll give them a deadline to have that in. It's got to be in by at least March. Because once we get through March, you know, the season really starts to ramp up. You know, between April and on, it's guns blazing all the way up until October. You know, for me, usually all the way up until October. Then November, the first couple of weeks in November, it starts to, you know, die down a little bit. And that's kind of where I'm at. Let's slow up a little bit, let these guys on, you know. So I'm gonna do that. You know, I'm gonna send out a newsletter, and some people will get price increases, which, hey, it is what it is. The cost of doing business. If they don't want to stick around, at least they have time to get somebody else. You know, they don't have to. You know, I'm not dropping them mid-season or anything like that. I'm giving them an opportunity to find somebody else. You know, that might be more compatible for them. You know, hey, my prices are what they are. You know, my family's got to eat too. And if they can't pay it, then, you know, it is what it is. Because for every one or two people that won't pay, that's about 5 or 6 people that's willing to pay. And for every 1 or 2 that you lose, there's 3 or 4 waiting to get on the list. You know, so that's kind of the situation I'm in right now. You know, I have people like waiting to get in, you know, into the system. I can't get them in because I'm overbooked. You know, I'm supposed to have, my max was 50 accounts. I got 52 accounts. So I'm 2 accounts over, and the sweet spot for me is around 45 accounts. You know, so I'm really dangling way over the line of what I wanted to do. And then I noticed something during the course of business. I thought about I'm still thinking about downsizing a little bit, you know, with the customer count, because I can run every 10 days. But then also I saw the pros of it is because I have so many yards. If I need to skip yards, I can I can do that because I have enough customer clientele to do that. I can skip them and get to somebody else that need it. And that, I mean, it was case in point like on Monday, because Monday was a real light day for me. I went out and I passed through some of my Monday stuff, and didn't need it. So I went to some of my bi-weekly stuff on Monday, and I saw it. I'm like, okay, well, I could come. I made the adjustments, put it that way. Simply put, I made adjustments and still made money. Because I had such a variety of yards and places to go. So that's a benefit of having a lot of accounts. To me, I got to see if the balance is worth it if I drop some and then go to that 10-day thing to see where the money falls. If it's beneficial to keep those yards and keep all those yards, and because it only benefits me around this time of the year anyway. During the year it doesn't benefit me, because it's like you, in order to make your money, and I learned this in business because I was a manager for a lot of years. You have to turn your inventory. When they say turn your inventory, that means selling every item at least once. That's what they mean by revolutions and turning your inventory. Meaning you've gotten to all your yards within that time period, within a week or 2 week time period at least once. And that's what it is. And that's how you make your money, your revolutions, because you've gotten to everybody and everybody's under control, to where when you do go to these yards, they're not out of control, they're not hard to do. So that's what I'm thinking, when it comes to stuff. And when those storms hit, it's out of control, and you have to figure out a way to regain control. And normally what you do, you start, in my case, I start prioritizing. I'll prioritize when you get back over. I start prioritizing my customers. It is what it is. You have your dominant customers, the ones that take care of your bills. It's no line. You can think off the top of your head, the top 5 or top 10 who hey, I gotta go here, I gotta go there, because they take care of you and they are top priority. They pay that way. It is what it is. Everybody pays a little different depending on the situation, and everyone is a priority, but then there's top priorities. And they take precedence over a lot of stuff, and we just hate to call it that way, but that's it is what it is. You have to have that. So those customers you're going to cater to, and then everybody else kind of fall in line, in line behind that. But those are just some new things I was thinking for the business guys, just tweaking a few things. I was going to offer that last year, but what happened, I came out of the Uber Lyft season driving a little bit later than I wanted to. I should have stopped and just, started back doing my lawn care stuff, but the money was really good at the time, because I was driving during Mardi Gras. And when we drive during Mardi Gras around that time of year, man, we make a killing. We make really good money. In a couple of days, you can make close to like $1,000. It's like money. It's just a time of the year that you just don't turn down. It's a headache because you have to deal with a lot of traffic. But if you're smart, if you grew up down here, then you know the ways around a lot of that stuff and how to get in and out of certain areas and stuff like that. You find the streets that'll leave you opening. But then again, I don't know if we're gonna have Mardi Gras next year, because they're kind of skeptical about how they want to open things due to the COVID. So we'll see how it goes. If they open up Mardi Gras and we have that, I'm definitely driving for Mardi Gras, because that is one of the most lucrative times that you can drive. That and Jazz Festival. Jazz Festival is a good time to drive as well. But Mardi Gras is definitely one of the coup de grace times to really drive and make really good money down here. So that's why I do it. Like I said, within that time frame, I can go back and look in my Uber and my Lyft accounts, and I can see combined. I mean, I made a really, really good chunk of change in a short period of time, because this has to happen quickly, kind of like Christmas, when you work for the retailers and there's Christmas coming up, so they drive home that chunk of change, in a short period of time. It's like we got to make this money quick. We got to get these numbers in quick. So it's like, you have as much stuff available as you can, because and you don't have, you only have a limited amount because you don't want to put a ton out because you don't want to be stuck with this stuff. So, and as Christmas gets closer, they start driving down the prices to get rid of that stuff. And that's kind of what it is. Mardi Gras is similar to that. Hey, we need to make this money quick. We only got a short amount of time to do that. And so that's what we do. So that's something that we deal with down here, with Mardi Gras and all. And like I say, it's a really, really lucrative time of the year because you get a lot of people coming that never experienced it before. And so we tend to do very, very well as drivers, so that's something, I'll look into and consider, when the time comes. So, but that's what I'm looking at, man. Just giving an estimate, a yearly estimate per customer for the year, for the whole season, what the amount would be. And if it's cut every week, or if it's cut bi-weekly, or if it's cut on a 10-day schedule. So I'll break that down for each customer on a sheet. I'll type it up, in my laptop, and I'll print it out, and I'll pass them out. Put it in an envelope, pass them out, and let the customers, view it and decide what they want to do. That type of thing. So, but it's fun, guys. It's like every year you're thinking of new ways to grow your business, but I've grown my business to where I want it. I don't want to get, too big, out of control like some of these other guys. And I have friends that, that's a bad accident on the other side. Wow, that's bad. I'm so sorry to see that. But they got traffic bad on that side. But yeah, you want to grow your customer base. A lot of people want to do that, and I don't want to get that big. I'm sorry. That's just not my thing. I got friends that's big like that, and it's more of a headache than it is enjoyable, to me. Yeah, they got the nice house and they got the stuff there, and and all that, but they got to pay all those expenses, man. You got to pay guys, you got to pay for equipment, it's just insurances, all the different insurances you got to pay. It's just, to me, not worth it. It's not worth it in my opinion to have all that stuff, man. I like to stay small. I can stay compact. I can stay affordable. And I can still live comfortable. Staying like that. And I don't need to get blown up, out of hand, out of proportion, that type of thing. And a few of my friends, they got some SBA loans from the government because they were, pretty much giving those loans away, and a few of my friends took advantage of that, and they was trying to get me to take advantage of it, and I told them yes, but I didn't do it because I know by me dealing with the government for a while, they will come back, they will audit you, they will do a lot of things, and they will scrutinize you. They might not do it now because of the way things are set up, but down the road they will come back and decide to check you out thoroughly, so that's why I don't fool around with that. So I try to stay close to normal as I can. I don't try to do like a lot of extravagant stuff because you don't want to draw attention to yourself. So that's kind of my take on that, man. It's like, be mindful of what you're doing, pay attention to what you're doing, and don't get too out of the ordinary to where you draw that attention to yourself, because if you draw that attention to yourself, then they're going to shine a light. They're going to start checking every rock. They're going to flip over every rock, and check every crevice. So, you don't need that kind of attention. You just don't need that kind of attention. But that's my time for this morning, guys. I got a short day today because I got some things to do. But I might get a little footage today, depending on what's going on. But you guys take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.